Sunday, the 23rd of April, and we are on the FTSE 100. So let's have a quick recap of this market in relation to last week's Sunday analysis video, and then we'll have a look at the market for the trading week ahead. Okay, so the first thing we need to do, I'm just going to quickly put in the longer term sloping support and resistance line on the FTSE 100. We've been going over this for quite some time, and it's been the area we have been using to give us clues as to the market sentiment. Last week, we were negative, whilst below this sloping support and resistance line. We had the key levels of support right here. If the FTSE came through these levels, expectations were of a strong move down on the FTSE 100. And you can see the market actually collapse. I mean, it came off much stronger than I was expecting, and it all came off in one day. It was on the back of the announcement of the snap election, and the FTSE, it just pressed down in the morning, and then after the announcement, it just continued its way down and actually fell over 2%. So coming into next week now, what are we looking at? Well, the first thing we need to look at is the price action after this very strong move down. Now, the Wednesday was a doji candle. The market didn't really go anywhere. Now, after a very strong move on the FTSE 100, what we can tend to see is a day like this. I call them digestion days. It's like the market is just digesting the previous day's price action, considering what to do next. That's exactly what we had on the Wednesday. Now, on the Thursday, we had another very, very small day. It was actually an inside day. So the price action of Thursday traded within the high and the low of Wednesday, creating an inside day. Now, all we were looking for with subscribers was a potential breakout. We were looking for the market to break above and pull back to test as support, or break below and pull back to test as resistance. Now, we didn't get that. All we got was very, very choppy price action again on the Friday, and an even smaller range of price action from open to close. Now, the reason is we have the first round of the French election. It's actually happening today, and we'll most likely see results tonight or coming into tomorrow. So what will very likely happen is, well, the first thing is the reason for the very small trading days is investors just don't want to risk money on the back of uncertainty. So coming into next week, very likely on Monday, the market is going to be higher by a fair amount, or it's going to be lower by a fair amount on the back of those results. All we've really been doing at present is price has been squeezing. So coming into next week, what are we looking at? Well, down below we have very close a key level of support. Let's just mark this in. You can see where the market has tested. It's tested, it's tested. We've then broken above, and we are pulling back. Now, the confluence that adds to this zone at present is the MA200. We know that very often when the MA200 is tested, we can see a reaction. If it's lining up with a good level of support and resistance, it just makes it a little bit more worthwhile watching. So we have key support here, and also down below. Really, it's up here, to be honest. Down into these levels. So support and support nearby. Now, if the market begins to press higher, well, first of all, we have this key level of what was support. See the market testing multiple times. It creates a good area to watch for potential resistance if the market begins to break back up. Now, we can also see we've had a large spike down here. So the price has collapsed down, found buyers at the 7190 area, and then snapped back up. So it's giving us a clue, once again, that potentially we have a level of support and resistance. Now, really, let's have a look at this. What you can see is the market breaking up coming back down, spikes up at these levels, spike up, spike up. So we have to decide, well, where is the level of support and resistance? So we can see the market testing, testing, testing. We also are testing here, here, testing here, here, and here. So this becomes, again, a good level of potential support and resistance. Now we also have very choppy price action in this area. It's actually where the market is resting at present. You can see these previous lows. Here, where the market is, this is, we're just testing these levels, not really going anywhere as yet. But potentially we will see a reaction from here coming into Monday morning. And the reason for that will be the results will be starting to come in from the French election. But for me, really the main zones are one here, one here. If we begin to break higher once again, it's back up into these levels, really around about the 7,200 area. Probably all the way up into 7,220 to be honest. And then we have that key level up above, right here, where the market was holding, 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 and then we've seen that very, very strong move back down. Okay, so that's everything for this week, guys. Really, it's all on the back of the election results. That's very likely what's going to give this market direction and movement coming into next week. So we're just waiting, we're just watching at our key levels, seeing where the FTSE presses either higher into or where it starts to fall down into. If it does start to fall down, I'm more than happy to look at these areas for potential support, especially with that MA200 in the way. If we begin to press higher, we could potentially be looking at a retracement. And what do we see? The key 38.2% retrace level lining up with our resistance. The 50% retrace also just lining up with that area of resistance. Okay guys, so as always, I hope that was helpful. I hope you all have a good trading week next week. I'm James Orr and thank you.